Okay, today we're discussing the first post-apocalyptic game, and I hope you have the Domars for it. Stick around. Hi folks, Old Man Grognard here, and today we're going to talk about the post-apocalyptic game, the very first, the third game that TSR published, and of course, I am talking about Gamma World. Now, this is the first edition of Gamma World you're looking at right here. This is the cover of the box set. And this was published in 1978. But this one isn't the one I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about 4th edition Gamma World, which is my favorite. Now, I kind of cut my teeth on this game. This and AD&D, because I played a lot of it in my early role-playing days. It was my game master's favorite game. And I played a lot of first edition, and I thought it was boring as hell. I've recently come back to it and seeing how you're supposed to play it, but I'll get into that in a minute. This version was published in 92, 195 pages. Here's what it looks like in the flesh. It's TSR number 7514 if anybody's playing along. And I like this is, again, all in one book. The other versions, like the one I showed you, that was a box set, and I believe the other two versions were also box sets, but they decided just to put this one book out, which I'm glad for. Not only that, but they gave you a tear-out map also in the back. Yes, mine is torn out because that's the way I bought it. And it's got a lot of crunch to it. I like it. Let me show you what the inside looks like. Here we go. This is, see, nice 2-column layout as usual per TSR at this time. And real clear writing. They have what you call genotypes, not races. You have your pure strain humans. You have your what they call altered humans, which is mutant humans, mutated animals, and mutated plants. What this version does have that the other ones don't is classes. You have Enforcer, Esper, Examiner, and Scout. Boom. That's it. Corresponds to kind of the 4 classes in AD&D. So, you have that. The base tech level here is 3. They have tech levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on the period of history, which means the post-apocalyptic world is kind of like in a flintlock and musket tech level. I don't understand why 3. I would have pushed it to 4 because you should at least have shotguns, 22 shotguns or rifles or, something from the late 20th century. But that's where they put it. So you have like these, flintlock rifles and bows and arrows and swords and stuff and whatever you can make too. I mean, for armor. I always like the armor made out of a stop sign. That's always one of my favorites. But that's where the world is right now. This version, as far as the system goes, you have 6 physical attributes: physical strength, mental strength, dex, con, intelligence, and charisma. Okay. You also have, this is where they also have Thaco, only goes up. It's called Thac, 2-hit armor class. But you also have, I think it's Mahak, mental to hit armor class. This is one of the first places where they tried out ascending AC because I think they were either gearing up for 3rd edition or it was right after or something like that. Your base armor class is 10. It goes up from there. Okay. You also have your mental defense. Now, they have a mental combat, not really a chart, but they have a mental combat and physical combat. What I like about this is, except for substituting, say, mental Thac for Thac and mental defense for your AC, it works the same. You could use the same. It's basically you roll a d20 over somebody's defense. That's it. Mentally, physically, either way, it works the same. You don't have to stop and say, okay, we're in a mental battle. Okay, you can do that while they're fighting, which is great. They also have, like, let's say, mutated animals and mutated plants. There's a lot of animals walking around on 2 feet and are intelligent and have other things like wings and stuff. And, all sorts of weird kind of stuff. Here's like I said, they're basically telling you about the world. Here's this is one page of a 2-page spread on basic animal types. This is the base you work off of when you play a mutated animal. They have a smaller chart also for plants. And as far as things go, you just use these if you find the animal on here. Otherwise, you're sort of just kind of they give you guidelines on how to, if you want to play something that's not on a chart. I saw a flying squirrel on here, but I did not see squirrel. Fortunately, they used that as an example, so we're all right. You got tons of mutations, mental, physical, bad ones, good ones, depending on it, and it's a roll. It's a roll because that's the way they did it. This was before Champions. This is before any kind of point buy GURPS or whatever. So, TSR was kind of chart happy. And here's the chart for the mental and physical mutations. And it's pretty meaty. They give you descriptions of all of them. It has some really beautiful black and white art, even more beautiful color art. A lot of the color plates, all of the color plates you've either seen in previous products or they would be putting on other products, coming out modules and things like that. But still, they're beautiful pictures. They really evoke what they're trying to show you in here. Here's some of the tech. These are quote-unquote artifacts, laser pistols, things like that. There's a Vibra mace or whatever the heck they call it. They also have a really good bestiary in here. This is how it's written up. There's your old stand by the hoops rabbit guys and rabbit mounts. And they run it up pretty much like a D&D, a D&D stat block. So you can follow it. They have animals usually have pluses to their AC or something like that. I forget how they work it. And here's this is in the book. It's a little hard to see off the PDF here, but this is the state of the U.S. in the 22nd century or something like that, I believe, when it's taking place. And so that's pretty much the book. It's the money Domar. They call them Domar. I never understood Domars. Domars, you have 50 Domar. I guess that's just the gold piece of Gamble World or something like that. And this one is fun. This is fun. Now let me tell you how to get it. You're not going to like it. This one is kind of hard to find. Now, if you can, I don't know why. I was hoping Drive-Thru would put out a PDF of this. I have a PDF. I ain't going to say where I got it. But I was hoping they'd have a PDF because this one is a little hard to find. I lucked on this, as a lot of stuff I did. I bought this at Half Price Books for $15. I saw another one at Half Price Books in the cabinet for $50. And online, Amazon, both Amazon and eBay, they started about $83. I don't think there was a big print run on this. That's probably why. The 90s were kind of a transition period. I found quite a few things, even the Rules Cyclopedia. I find a lot of things that are short print runs. Some of the latter gazetteers from Basic D&D are the same way. And I believe that this was a short run also. So that's probably why it's so kind of semi-rare. But it's worth looking for. So if you can stumble on it at a Half Price Books, just a mom and pop bookstore, thrift store, Salvation Army, flea market, whatever, grab it. You're going to have a ton of fun with this. These days, I'm sorry to say, I am mostly using Mutant Future. There's no reason why I couldn't run this just looking through it, because it seems really easy, and I can probably do it at the drop of a hat, but all my stuff's in Mutant Future right now. So I use this as like a resource for Mutant Future. And if I didn't have Mutant Future, I'll just, I'd pull this out and say, hey, let's play. Anyway, that's Gamble World. Go out and find it and tell me all about it if you got it, if you played it, and anything else you want to say at oldmangrognard@gmail.com. So, until next time, bye-bye.